Well, it's currently 3 p.m. in the afternoon. How can I put this? I did not actually get out of bed until 12:30 today. It's just recently I've been feeling like, what is the point? What's the point of carrying on day after day the same old routines? Get up, eventually get up, have something to eat lunch, and I'm just feeling so anxious because I've got to go to work soon. And recently, my employer, I can't give its name to the public, has been treating me basically like a second class citizen. It doesn't matter. They've gone back on occupational health reports, they've gone back on stuff they agreed as reasonable adjustments, and basically just stuck me on the same old path that everybody else has to abide by, even though I have ongoing health conditions ever since being hospitalised with COVID. Now, I mean, some will say, oh, you're lucky you survived. Well, considering the conditions it's left me with, sometimes I wish I had not. I got no disrespect to any of the NHS staff. They're very lovely, very kind. They take very good care of people the best they can with the budgets they've got and the staffing they've got. I mean, I ended up in critical care on CPAC, and that whole experience, well, it hasn't left me in a good place, mentally or physically. Because ever since then, every day's been a struggle. I had 14 months off sick, which is okay, my employer kept me on. They could have dismissed me, but they didn't. They did keep me on. But since then, they've never abided by making any reasonable adjustment. I've just had extra work put onto me when I was already struggling. So they, in their wisdom, they said, oh, you're struggling a bit. We'll give you a colleague to help. Oh yeah, that's really helpful. I then was informed that for that colleague to help me, I have to help them do their section. Well, that's all very well, but then that doubled up my workload. So I ended up with not only the 2 sections that I get to clean, because I work as a cleaner in a local school in the evenings, and I was just like, for God's sake, so this is a reasonable adjustment, is it? And I'm sure some of you guys out there have had the similar situation where an employer will have occupational health involved, they get the report, it stipulates different adjustments. I mean, I have a lot of problems with limb swelling, lower limb swelling, my arms swell at times, I get breathless easy still, and a lot of it's searching. I mean, there's so much I can do, and then I have to have a little break. It was all recommended in this report. I'm still experiencing a lot of different symptoms. I've actually been diagnosed with having high blood pressure because of this. Now, I never had high blood pressure in my life. Why has this suddenly come on? What, the GP surgery? Oh well, it can happen with people that had really severe COVID. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, But all I'm saying is, wouldn't it be a bit more, show a bit more grace as an employer to people like myself that are trying to work and doing their best even on bad days? I just work, that's another point, reduced hours. They agreed to reduced working hours between 3 and 5. Occupational health said, if I do that, the hours not worked should be classed as unpaid leave. My employer's now decided, we won't do that no more. We're just chucking it as sick. So 2 hours sick every other day or every day of the week because you work 5 days a week. So that's going to rack my sickness level up to a point that they can then trigger their absence capability procedure and try and oust me out of a job that I've been doing for 15 years coming up this year. And this is the thanks you get for showing loyalty to a firm. I mean, I've always been a hard worker. I don't, many people say to me, oh, just play on your conditions, get the benefits, stay at home, that's fine, let the taxpayer pay for everything. No, I don't want to do that. I enjoy getting out of the house at least once a day, just to go and do a little something. Okay, yes, by the time I get home I'm absolutely floored, knackered, just want to go to bed. But at the end of the day, I've never been that type of person that will just sit back, think, oh well, can't bother to go to work, what's the point, let the taxpayer keep me. No. That benefit system was brought in to help support people, not to live off of, not permanently. A lot of you out there are probably to say, oh my God, what the hell are you talking about? Just leave us alone. No, I'm not having to go at anyone that claims benefits. That's entirely up to you. There's different circumstances behind it, different reasons to why people claim this. And I've got nothing against people claiming things. I mean, don't get me wrong, anyone's entitled to claim what they would like to if they're entitled to it. I'm not saying anything about that. All I'm saying is people that are around me are saying, give up the job, claim the benefits. Well, no, I don't want to do that. But anyway, long cut story, it sounds like my employers trying their best now to switch stuff around to make this all become my fault because I physically cannot do my job. Well, I can if they were to give a little bit of grace and a bit of help, but all the help they did was give me a colleague and they told me, oh well, you just have to help that colleague do their bit. So that does increase my workload. Now, I'm sure some of you have probably had a similar experience out there. And my total sympathy that you're battling with a GP surgery that's not really interested, battling with an employer that couldn't give two, monkeys about you really, just a name on this funny sheet thing they have, spreadsheet thing in the office. They don't care about your well-being, they don't care about your health. Just get the job done, that's what you're supposed to do. If I sit in his room all the time, my mind just explodes because I'm just thinking of all the, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job because I couldn't perform at the rate that everybody else is. I'm going to lose my job because I took some short days on flare-up days. And it just starts getting to you. And then you got situations at home with different things going on that I don't really want to get into because it's just, life, I suppose. Anyway, that's my little rant over for today. I hope you are all having a fantastic day and may God bless you all, and thank you for watching this, well, I call it content of some sort. I'm not too sure what I would call it. Ramblings of me, probably. But anyway, all have a good day, and may God bless you all. Goodbye.